Peace, everybody. I'm going to make this video short, sweet. A lot of people have been inboxing me, hit me up, asking me what is my issue or why do I hate white people. And, my issue is of hate. My issue is of trust. For a people to live together in unity, in harmony, they have to have trust for one another. And based off of the history of the Eurasians and the Europeans who established the United States of America, I cannot trust them. I cannot trust them to have my best interest in regards to whatever social and economic planning that they do. Because throughout their history, throughout the history of the Eurasian and the Europeans being in the United States, their number one agenda has been slavery and eradication. If we do not fall in line with their laws, rules, and regulations, we are to be eradicated. And this is something that its conception began in slavery and today is still being modified through modern day slavery, such as government assistance, public housing, things of that nature. If we don't follow or go by their guidelines, then their agenda is to remove or subjugate us to eradication. And it's the main reason why nothing gets done or nothing gets changed in the black community, throughout the black communities in the United States. It's something that will still continue to be perpetuated by news anchors such as Sean Hannity on Fox News, who always, and this is their thing. I've noticed with a lot of the news anchors, especially with Fox News. CNN does it, but more on a subtle and sly attempt, because again, they're under the banner of unity, freedom, and justice for all, which is a bunch of bullcrap, because they're just as guilty as perpetuating the negative news that is being channeled through all of the outputs in the United States. So, I really don't trust them neither. But for the sake of, time and argument, we'll just stick with Fox, because Fox News and Fox as a company has always been, has always had a negative view and has always been able to rally up the spirits of the conservative Americans. So, but you have this hypocrisy that's going on in America today to where, blacks are being forced to remember, and not even blacks, Americans in general, is being forced to remember 9/11 and is being forced to show patriotism to all of our men and women who served in armed forces because of 9/11. And that's why you have this thing with Colin Kaepernick, where most people who are white and conservatives feel some type of way because he refuses to stand to the banner. But see, again, as I was speaking about the hypocrisies, the hypocrisy is that we're forced to, and we're told to remember this event, but nobody wants to remember the terroristic atrocities that was committed by white Americans towards black slaves, black servants. The servitude that we were forced to do and we were subjugated to for over 300 years. We built this country. And anytime that we speak about our plight, anytime that we speak about our trouble, anytime that we speak about how we were brutally murdered and under the banner of I'm superior and you're not, anytime that anybody of color brings that up, we're always told to forget that. And to me, that is the biggest hypocrisy that the United States can ever do and can ever tell a person. And this is the reason why I have a dislike and a trust for white people, because white people always force us to forget slavery and remember the American flag, when the American flag has verses in it that acknowledges slavery and doesn't condemn it, but openly admits it. But I'm told to forget slavery. This is the issue that I have with America. America has some soul searching to do. And to be honest with you, I honestly think that it's too late. I honestly think that America has come full circle with all of the hypocrisy and the atrocities that it has committed, not only here on this soil, but on other countries as well. I think that everything is now coming full circle. And the reason why we're being told to remember the American flag is because when it's all said and done, and America has to answer for its injustice and all of the crimes that it has committed towards other people, people of color, and the lands that they went in and invaded. When all said and done, and they have to make an answer for that, they're going to need as much people on their side. And believe you me, America, you do not have as many as allies as you think you do. So this false narrative that is being pushed through Fox News mostly, that America is this big patriotic country and that we should stand by it and stand up with her, we're being told to come to the slaughter with her. This is a pivotal time in America because you have to ask yourself, do you want to be associated with a country that has went and dominated other countries for years, has issued wars in other countries for natural resources for years, who's murdered people viciously, unjustifiable for years, and last but not leastly, they're gonna have to answer to slavery. See, America has never been able to answer for slavery. America has never been called to justice for the biggest crime that it has committed, and that is slavery. And things are starting to come full circle. So, do you want to be considered American when American goes to trial? Because I highly think that with all of the tension that's in the world today, people are looking at America and looking at all of the broken promises that it has made. People are looking at America and wondering, how can you go about globally talking about world peace when there's not even peace on your own land? Yes, America, you are being brought to trial by a jury of your peers, which is the countries of the world. And you know who's the judge? Africa. The same people that you considered as an inhumane species, subhuman, savages, they're going to be the judge. What you think the verdict's going to be? I see.